Greeting, Mr. President. My name is Sora Chamanara, and this is my third virtual audience with you. Many Iranians living inside Iran seek change of Islamic constitution, asking you to read Islamic Constitution of Iran. Inspired by this movement, which have started 2 years ago in the Iranian universities and concluded at June 11 by the manifestation of 14 Iranian political activists in Iran, we made a website, www.iranianamerican.info. In this website, we have requested two things. One, please read Islamic Constitution of Iran. Two, impose sanction on the regime thieves who have taken Iranian assets and wealth to outside Iran. Although the sanction imposed on Iran causes a lot of hardship on the majority of Iranians, the minority who rules Iran has benefited and will benefit from these sanctions. With the help of the Islamic Constitution for the last 40 years, some estimate around $500 billion and many believe $1 trillion, the elite of the Iranian regime have either embezzled or very openly transferred or benefited from business in Iran and deposited those assets in the democratic countries of the West. In the last virtual audience with you, Mr. President, I read the articles of the Islamic Constitution which your advisors should read and understand. The Islamic Constitution of Iran is not really a constitution. It is a crusade manifestation against America for the last 40 years. Therefore, I argued that behavior of the Iranian regime is according to their constitution. We cannot ask the regime to change their behavior while the constitution is unchanged. In this audience, Mr. President, permit me to draw your attention to a horrific future if the regime constitution is not changed. Contrary to the Pahlavi regime, when the late Shah of Iran deposited with different estimate of $2 to $60 billion in Switzerland, this regime cronies have deposited in thousands of accounts all over the world, from Australia and Sultan of Brunei to island of Madagascar, England, Canada, and the US. It is not a secret, even CIA knows who owns billions of dollars belonging to relatives of the leaders of Iran and Ayatollahs all over the world. We know these are laws in Canada and the US, like EB-5, where a family with a $500,000 investment can be granted the green card. Therefore, when a relative of Ayatollah Khamenei, like Mr. Khavari, very openly transferred $3 billion from the Central Bank of Iran to deposit to his account in Canada and immigrated to Canada, nothing happened neither in Iran nor Canada. Similar cases like Khavari are hundreds, and people estimate this is at least $500 billion wealth deposited by the cronies of the Iranian regime overseas. Mr. President, they say bin Laden, the notorious terrorist, left Saudi Arabia with as little as $10 million, who invested first in Yemen to build a fertilizer factory and later in Afghanistan. with this capital, he could bring such a horrific harm to us. There are thousands of sleeping cells all over the world, such as Khavari, waiting for the day they get their order from the leader, either Khamenei or any other Ayatollah. That is why it is our second request, Mr. President. We ask to identify these sleeping cells and their families and sanction them rather than ordinary people in Iran or all Ayatollahs at their 80s and 90s, which they never leave Iran. To show you how Islamic constitution has helped the Ayatollahs' cronies took their Iranian assets and deposit these wealth outside Iran, I would like to demonstrate Islamic constitution with this picture. This picture defines Islamic Constitution of Iran. Article 110 shows at the top is about duties of the leader. In Iran, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's nickname is Ali Baba, and his cronies, who were 40 families, these days have surpassed 1,000 families. However, the people in the street of Iran know them as Ali Baba and 40 thieves of Baghdad. We have Article 44, which they privatize all Iranian industries, government, and confiscated companies and distributed those among themselves. 40 years ago, Iran and South Korea were almost at the same level of technology, GDP, and profitable companies and car industries. With Article 44, they drained Iranian wealth and took everything to outside Iran. Article 56 is about 3 branches of government which are chosen by the leader and controlled by him. Article 100 is about local administrations who are all chosen by the top. Finally, Article 19 is about the right of the people, which these days 70% or more are below poverty line. Thank you, Mr. President, for listening. Majority of Iranians inside Iran fell in love with you, Mr. President Trump, since last month when you made a wise decision not to use military force to attack Iran. They hope your advisor review Islamic Constitution of Iran and demand a change of constitution rather than change of behavior. God bless you. God bless United States of